Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another exciting episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the Monarch of Mardi Gras, the Baroness of Bourbon Street. When she is not co-hosting Ringside Society, she's on crazy misadventures, such as looking for the fabled Cobra Kai dojo, dressing up as one of the Road Warriors, and picking fights with random people, and also taking part in weightlifting tournaments she need not be a part of. Louisiana's own Kathy Knight. In the second corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye spinach. He is the tranquil dart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He is Rob Bass, and you are not. And in the third corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go, catch him if you can, said his name in Guyana, now they love him in Japan. No cap, the worldwide star boy.
Oh no.
Remy, that's right.
There you go.
We talked to him actually around this time last year, and now he's back at it again with us, and he is actually here as a champion. That's right. He is the Lucha Brutal. Come and take it champion and a member of Team Super Academia, who one day we hope will wreak havoc all over the world of professional wrestling. Everybody, welcome to the show, the Prince of Texas, Lil Evil, Prince Adam. Woo!
Woo! Man, that was a hell of an intro for everybody. That was amazing.
And I did that all with no water. So yeah. No, and normally I'm a bit louder and I'm more boisterous, and sometimes I tend to like stretch out the words like for everybody's intro. But I'm in my mom's house currently, so I can't really
Gotcha.
do that because then she'll be like, "What's going on?
Right.
Is everything?" So I gotta keep it kind of like a little subtle for a bit. But yeah, but how's everything on your side, man?
Just living the dream, taking it day by day, man. Trying to keep busy. Shows kind of slowing down here, so the winter months, and COVID down here in
Yeah,
Texas is just kind of threw everything for a loop. But hitting the gym, hitting the ring, training, and taking it day by day, brother.
yeah, man. Sometimes that's all you just gotta do, man. Just take it day by day. But I could see living the dream. Yeah, you're living the dream as a champion, man, and
Word.
not just a dream, but the reality, man. I mean, Lucha Brutal, come and take it, champion. Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I
And
just
then
didn't really give it much thought
I'm
until
sorry, go ahead.
it's like, well, it's just, I yeah, clock into work and I do my thing, you know what I mean? I just happen to get a championship that day, and you know, I try to work hard as much as I can, and just being on that show as a champion too. Like I wasn't originally like their first show that they had, I wasn't booked on that show. I was like a last minute addition. So now that I'm one of the major champions on that show, man, it still blows me away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hey, I've been watching AEW, like, I wouldn't say religiously, but
Hmm.
I've been watching it. I'm an avid watcher for the most part, and I've seen your girlfriend Vert Vixen on there,
Oh yeah.
but I'm like, man, I'm waiting to see that graphic with Prince Adam versus whoever. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for that. I just want to let you know I'm not just saying that because you're in front of me. I never told Rob or Kathy this, but I'm rooting for you, man, to be on it. I'm like, yes, he made it.
Thanks, man. That's awesome. And just to get not
Hey,
to get too behind baseball, but that's something it's in the back pocket. That's honestly just me waiting to pull the trigger on it. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for the right headspace, the right, you know, waiting for all the ducks to get lined up, and then I can, hit it full steam ahead.
yeah, man. Hey, Rob will tell you. I one time I remember we had a guy. I don't know if you ever heard of this guy. A guy by the name of the radioactive Poppy, Danny Limelight. We had him on our show,
Yeah.
and it was probably like I'd say less than a month. I don't know how many weeks, but it was less than a month. And I saw him on AW Dark. Now I know he'd been on New Japan prior, and he well the
Hmm.
the American show, and he was
Mm-hmm.
on was it United Wrestling Network? Yeah, the UWN when they had a little weekly show.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw him on AEW Dark, and I immediately called Rob. And I'm like, Rob, go on YouTube and check out AEW Dark. Look at the live show. And he's like, okay, okay. And then he goes on there, and I'm like, look who's wrestling. And then he's like, I didn't even say nothing. He's like, oh snap, that's Danny Limelight. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
bro, we had him on the show, man. You
Man, that's
know,
crazy. That
I was
was
telling him
like a
like this.
year ago, huh? That feels so long ago, but that was like a year and some change ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
That's
it's
wild.
just crazy. And you know the thing that's funny, and forgive me for this, I intended to have like the rest of your friends in Team Super Academia on the
Yeah.
show, but man, so much stuff happened. I was dealing with not I didn't get COVID, but I was dealing with because I was in the military at the time,
Uh-huh.
and we had certain procedures. So due to COVID, our work schedule was kind of crazy. And then when I get off from work, I know a bunch of wrestlers, like not just domestically but internationally. So I'm like,
Uh-huh.
it's like Professor X. Like when I go into like that one room and put on Cerebro, which is the helmet that he sees, it's
Right.
not a matter of who he can find; it's who he should have on next. And then it will be like, okay, I had Prince Adam, but this person's also from Texas, and then this person's doing this over there on the West Side,
Mm-hmm.
and then like for example, there was who was Damian Grundy, who was Rob, help me out here, man. Who was Will Hobbs, Will
Oh
Hobbs tag
yeah.
team partner,
Oh,
and I was like, oh,
Ricky.
we got
Yeah.
him on. And then
Mm-hmm.
I saw this girl dressed up like Dora the Explorer. So I'm like, and she goes by Lola. So I'm like, oh snap, she's cool. I gotta get her on. So
That's dope.
eventually, by the time I turned around, I was like, oh snap, it's almost been a year. And then Greg Tag, oh man, that guy is so talented. Told us that he wanted to have he was wondering if we could like have you back on. I'm like, yeah, sure, bring the Prince
Of
back on,
course,
man. Of
man.
course,
Yeah.
man. Always got to have some royalty on the show, man. Yeah.
Yes, I mean
So
that
so
sounds like a good problem to have, man. A lot of guests coming on. That's awesome. It's good to hear.
yeah. So I gotta ask you, man, how has the last year been treating you, man? I mean, last time we talked, it was September of last year. I know that right now, everything, we got, for the most part, fans are back. The
Hmm.
pandemic is still here, but you know, things are slowly getting back to normal. But
Right.
how has the last year been for you so far?
Man, well, obviously 2020 hit everybody. I believe we talked about it a little bit last time I was on here, but so we still couldn't really see the end, the finish line of it. And I'm not saying that we're anywhere near the end of the situation we're all in, right? But I kind of just used this year to refocus, recharge, and just do me. I feel like last year I was way too concerned about how others perceived me, like whether it be my art or like how I am backstage, or I was too concerned about external things rather than focusing on the internal things that I could change. So I've definitely been working on that a lot more, and it's so funny. I was talking to one of my friends about this. It's like once you like kind of give that up, like give up the ego aspect, and then also take some value in yourself and like actually work on it and treat yourself good, things just start coming to you, and not that I've had every big opportunity in the world, obviously, but like I've had a chance to do some pretty cool stuff. Like I just got back from Canada like 2 weeks ago. I'm obviously won a championship. I'm in line for other, like, I've had the chance to work matches that a year ago I probably wouldn't have been perceived as like someone that could have that work rate to have those matches, which the ego in me is like I've always have been, but like, I don't know, like this past year I've just kind of hit a new gear, and like I really feel it, and I hope that I can continue it, obviously, and like the prior year was always stop go stop go. I think 2022 is really just, hey man, we're all full steam ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hey, I've seen a change up in you, man. I mean, I remember like when we had our promo picture for you last time. You had the headband and
Mm,
like the flannel shirt and whatnot. And then I saw like I said, Greg Tech works a lot of magic. Like if I ever go down to
word.
Dallas, I'm gonna definitely hit him up and like, hey yo, Greg, can you make that magic happen for me, man? I'm trying to
Oh,
like,
he
look
will.
like you know, I'm trying to look like kind of like a superhero version of Idris Elba, like I look
Hell yeah.
sharp but at the same time, you know. And I saw like the latest picture. You had like the headdress and the skull mask on. So I'm like, nah, we gotta change it up, man. We gotta put that as a new promo picture, man, because
Word. Yeah.
yeah, you done changed up now and everything, man. And that's a good thing, man. But Canada, that's cool that you got to go to Canada. It's a great country. A lot of people, in my opinion, I lived in Canada for like a year and a half, and I personally think that people don't give it the credit it deserves.
Hmm.
I recommend it to anybody, especially if you're a nature lover and you like camping and fishing. I would say go to Canada. It is awesome, and the people are cool for the most part. And hopefully one day I get to actually witness a wrestling show over there as well. Because I've never seen any wrestling overseas. So that's what I've seen it on the West Coast and the East Coast,
Right.
even down in Florida, but I've never seen it in any other country but the good old US of A.
Man, dude. Well, I gotta recommend Destiny World Wrestling in Toronto if you're close there, man. That's where I got the opportunity to work, and man, that show's just crazy. And I think they work in tandem with Impact Wrestling, so you'll definitely see like a lot of Impact people on there. I believe Josh Alexander's their heavyweight champ as well, and it's at the Battle Arts Academy. And dude, it's such a great show, so definitely recommend that one for sure.
Ooh, that's Santino Morella's school.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mhm.
We had a girl on the show by the name of Crim Rob. What was her? Was it Alyssa? Was it Amy Crimson? Amy Crimson was her name.
Okay.
And we saw this girl do an arm drag on this other girl. It was like, whoo, man.
Dope, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Vert Vixen ends up going up against that girl, she might want to look at that video. I know Vert's
Word.
pretty tough too. Vert don't play, but
Uh,
it's gonna be crazy. But
yeah,
yeah,
man,
but
that'd be
that's
good. That'd be good.
so Canada. Like, what was the like? How were the fans over there? How were they in comparison to the fans in Texas? Were they quieter? Were they just as rowdy? Or were they rowdier? Or you
Man,
know?
it's that's a great question because uh I was telling this again to one of my mentors. I was just like, it was a good situation for me that I feel like would break other people. And I'm gonna answer your question. I just feel like this should get pointed out. Um for other workers, if other workers are listening, it's because it put me in a situation to where nobody knew who I was, like they didn't get a chance to promote the match and like, give us graphics and whatnot. So they knew the local people. So when they came out, uh, for the Scrabble match, they knew who they were. So they all got a pop. I came out, I had the headdress, the horns, the mask, you know what I mean? And I'm dancing. And it was quiet, like nobody popped for me, and that was a like I had to put my working boots on because now I got to get over in this place that nobody knows who I am. And not to toot my own horn, I ended up, they ended up cheering for me and like getting behind me and what I was doing in the ring. But that's like in Texas, I kind of get spoiled because the fans know who I am, right? So they come out, they know what I'm about. I play the crowd, I do whatever I got to do, and I get pops, just dope. I love it, but I want to be more in that situation of coming out and nobody knowing who I am because then I can see how good I am, you know. Um, but to answer your question, they're just the same. They're wrestling fans, They speak the language of wrestling and they get it. And if anybody can go in there and connect to a crowd, no matter where they're at in the world, then I think they have it all figured out, So they were just as rowdy and they love the craft of everything. And they were popping for the holds, they were popping for the run spots, they were doing everything they can. They just wanted to be entertained, man. And I think after the year we all had, I think that's pretty much what everyone's at still. It's like it's like almost like the crowds are perpetually in this gratitude of like, oh, I get to see this live again, you know. So I mean, they were great, man. They were great crowds over there in Canada.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great to hear. And I'm glad you actually got that opportunity to go to Canada and, wrestle and show them what you got and so on. Hopefully it leads to more trips over there as well. Because I
Yeah.
always say it's one thing. I mean, I'm not a pro wrestler. I'm not in the. I'm just a fan that loves the business. But I always say, if I were a wrestler, it would mean it's one thing for me to be given many opportunities in my hometown,
Hmm.
but to have a whole other country like reach out and
Hmm.
say, "Hey, we want to take a chance on you. We
Yep.
want to give you a shot. We want to put the spotlight on you in our native land."
Hmm.
That means a lot, and that means that you are doing something right and you on your way. So I gotta say
Trying, bro.
congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And also,
Thank you.
also one more thing. Where are my manners, man? Happy birthday too, as well, man. You had a birthday a couple days ago and all that. Kathy, how could you, Kathy? You go to Texas wrestling events a lot. You didn't tell me that it was this man's birthday. Come on,
I
Kathy.
tweeted happy birthday. I'm sorry you don't follow everything I tweet. I
Thank you
told
for
the
that.
man happy birthday.
Rob, if she gets us beat up by Prince Adam, this is on Kathy. So yeah,
He's
No,
not gonna
y'all
be
get a
beat
please.
bad.
up. I told him happy birthday. It's you guys
That's
he'll beat
right.
up.
Now,
That's
now,
right.
now,
But y'all get a
now
bad. Y'all
because
get
of
a
you,
bad.
I was about to say because now because of her, the whole of Team Super Academia is going to be looking for me at me and Rob asking us why didn't we wish the Prince a happy birthday?
I'm about to
So
say
that's
we're
like several
worldwide,
things.
man. We're all over the place. So, no matter where you at,
Yeah,
there's somebody won. You know what I mean? So
Hey, to be fair though, I don't even know what day it is or where I'm at half the time. So
uh,
at least I have that excuse.
well that's me right now because I've been celebrating all weekend. So, it was Saturday. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, man. But I'm I'm very glad to hear that that trip happened for you. And I'm like I said, I'm really hoping to see you on AEW or WWE, just somewhere that the nation could see. And I'll be like, yo, the Prince is on TV, man. I
Hey
definitely
man,
got to check this out.
definitely. I'll take it day by day, man. Wherever the wind takes me, I'm right there. You know what I mean? So thank you for that though.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. So I just got one last question before I turn it over to Kathy. I know Kathy has a couple of questions for you as well.
Hmm.
And she was actually fortunate to see you live. And then Rob's gonna ask a couple as well. So my last question is in terms. So you got Aaron Mercer. He looks like a wild man from what I've seen. I mean that respectfully.
Hmm.
Wild man meaning he is hardcore from the roof to the floor.
Hmm.
And you have this man November 20th, Lucha Brutal. Make it double for your Lucha Brutal come and take it championship. What does he have in store? And what is your mindset right now?
Well, there's gonna be blood. I know that there's gonna be lots of blood. That's just how he gets down, Charlie Brown. You know what I mean? So, me and him kind of go back. Like we kind of started around the same time. I think I have a few months on him, but that's just semantics. And so I know this man, and I know the journey that he's been on these past few years. And you know, I I wish I could tell you that I'm not nervous or like I'm not like honestly a little scared about this match because um, 9 times out of 10 I can look at somebody up and down and gauge uh, how they work and what makes them tick, so to speak, and I could kind of figure that out, just by looking at them or rolling around with them. But this man is he's been through a lot himself. He had a almost career threatening an injury on his knee and it took him out for a year. And I was right, like almost front row to him rehabbing it and seeing him come back from this injury. So any man that's just like relentless like that and is like chasing his dream and then also kicking ass at the same time. Um, I mean, it's intimidating. I'm not gonna lie to you; it's really intimidating. And then to see him. Uh, to see his first death match live, and just to see him take all the licks and take everything and ask for more, and come back and smile, like it's, hey, I've been in plenty of bar fights. I've been in plenty of street tussles, man. But like this cat's something different, and what can he expect from me on this end is, you know, the same, if not more, because I worked my ass off for this title, and I've worked my ass off, and I'm going to continue to work my ass off to make this title one of the most important titles in Texas, if not the title in Texas. That's my goal. That's why it's the come and take it title. Anybody can get the smoke. Man, woman, not binary. I don't give a damn. Like anybody who wants to smoke to try to come to get this title, get this glory, all they got to do is ask, and he happened to be the first guy to come up to me. And, I told him, bring your best. What do you want to do? Because like I have to pick the stipulations, and I'm no punk. I'm not going to hide from it. I'm not going to, what is he good at? Okay. He likes to do the hardcore deathmatch stuff. Okay. Well, then I'll meet you halfway. We're doing Lucha Extrema. And if I can meet you in there, kick your ass, retain my title, that proves to me that I'm better than what I think I am, and I deserve to have this title. And if I don't, then he's obviously going to come out the victor, and the man deserves it if he does. That's that's just real man stuff for me. So
Awesome. I definitely is Lucha Brutalis on Title Match Network, right?
I believe so. Yeah, and if they post stuff on YouTube as well, and I think they're in conversations. I don't want to talk for them, but I think they're in conversations with other streaming services. So
I will definitely be checking out that match, because that looks like it's going to be one for the ages.
Oh, we're coming with the smoke. I'm coming with the smoke. Ready for it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Kathy. I know Kathy has a couple of questions for you. Kathy, go ahead. The floor is yours.
All right, thanks, Remy. Hey, Prince Adam, how's it going today?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you for the birthday wish. And it was nice to see you in Louisiana, by the way.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, so speaking of, happy birthday, what did you do on your birthday?
I just hung out with family. I don't really get to it's a good problem to have. I'm just so busy either on the road or, working out, doing stuff. And I don't really spend that much time with family. So any chance I get, I just, really try to spend it with them. So I just had dinner with them and hung out with Vert. That's pretty much it. Perfect birthday.
That's awesome. Yeah, as we get older, we don't like really go party, it's just like we kind of stay at home with our family, and that's kind of better than partying to me.
Yeah, I hate to kill my gimmick, but really that's what it is. And yeah, I just are you into Pink Floyd at all? Do you like Pink Floyd?
A little bit, yeah.
So there's a song I've been listening to. It's just called Time. And the lyrics have just been messing me up because I'm getting older, right? So he's just the song is basically just him talking about how time is just always going to be going on, and like our time here is just so fleeting. And yeah, so like I think about that stuff when I have free time, and I'm like, I should go see my parents, like, because I don't know, how long I have, and I'm just going to live day by day. So that's the real Prince Adam, by the way. That's just me.
Yeah, I am also a Scorpio. My birthday is actually this Friday, and talking about time, I'll be 40 years old this Friday.
Hey, fellow Scorpio, happy birthday.
Yeah, fellow Scorpios rule.
Right. Well, they do that house chart thing where they're like, hey, what time and day you were born, right? So I think I'm like all my houses pretty much are all Scorpio, which is crazy. I think I have like one Capricorn house or something like that, but other than that, I am 99% Scorpio, which is terrifying for people, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Like, people don't like Scorpios. I'm like, why? I'm a nice person. Like, I know other fellow Scorpios that are nice too. Why we have such a bad reputation?
Oh, why.
So funny thing. I'm a Taurian. I'm a Taurus. So for some reason, Taurus and Scorpions, they tend to get along. Like my favorite cousin, the cousin I'm closest to, is a Scorpion, and like several of my good friends, closest friends, are Scorpions. So I think that Taurus have no problem with Scorpions for some reason, and they say that they're compatible most of the time.
That makes sense.
So
I can see it. I can see it for sure.
even though Kathy tends to nag me every now and then unfairly, yeah, I mean, she's still just messing with you, Kathy. Yeah, yeah, we still tend to get along.
That's awesome, man.
Sometimes. Yeah, so like you mentioned, Prince Adam, I got to see you at Elevate Pro in New Orleans this past summer.
Shout out.
So how was New Orleans? How was the experience?
Always, man. It's always a good time in New Orleans, man. This time I had me and Vert had a little time to actually spend in the city. Like I think we went to Cafe Du Mas, and I think we went to one other place. I forget where, but actually had the like real Cajun food, and it was a good time. I loved it. And then Elevate Pro, obviously, it's a great promotion down there in New Orleans. So um, I had a blast. Seriously, I'm very grateful, and hopefully to be back there soon. We're in talks. So
Awesome. Yeah, it was a pleasure to see you guys live and in person. And I actually just saw Vert again last night. I went to the Reality of Wrestling taping,
oh,
and
awesome.
yeah, she wrestled Maddie, and it was a really good match. They
Oh,
were former tag team partners, and
hmm
they wrestled each other last night, and it was pretty good. Had a good time.
I completely forgot that they were tag team partners on Raw. That's right. They had the green gear and
Yeah,
everything. That's
that was where I first saw them together.
yeah.
Yep, as a tag team, and then they've been wrestling each other. I saw them. So I saw them last night, and then I saw them again back in May for
Mhm.
what was it? Rise of the Vixens 2.
Oh, okay.
They
Cool.
put on a banger of a match that day, and then they put a really good match last night too. So
Yeah,
pretty
they. I
awesome.
mean, it's one of those things where they obviously train together for a minute, and the chemistry they have is just you can't teach it. So I definitely love to watch their matches back. I'm a big fan of both of them. So
Yeah, me too. So speaking of Vert, you are actually, and this is pretty rare to have because it's usually where tag team champions come. It's like two women, two men. You and Vert are actually sabotage tag team champions. So
yeah.
how cool is that to have like it's a male and female for tag team champions, and then how cool
Mhm.
is it to be champions with your significant other?
Pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie. Well, just to talk on like the business side of it, like I know for a fact, like the sabotage team, uh, they've always they always cared about wrestlers. You know what I mean? As long as you're a good wrestler, they don't care. And I know that they were predominantly a uh, a female wrestlers promotion starting out. But now I think they're really trying to showcase that we're all about equality here, and so they've always been like wanting to do the intergender stuff and like have intergender champions and have intergender matches at the forefront of it. And honestly, I'm very proud to work for a company that has that on their mind, and not just talk about it but actually be about it. It's a really great thing. And to be a champion there with someone who I care very deeply for, and also am just very proud of the work that she's done and the worker that she's become. Because I remember seeing her day one, and how she didn't take to this like a fish to water. You know what I mean? She had to work and bust her ass to get as good as she is right now. So on that aspect, I'm very grateful and very proud, but also to be a champion with someone that keeps me on my toes and forces me to be better, and for the good of the team and also for the good of the product. It's just a win all around. Let me tell you, it's awesome. And then also on the personal, backstage aspect of it, Sabotage was another show that I feel like when I first started out, didn't really think much of me, and that's as much on me as anything else, because I'm just not the guy that shakes trees and tags people on Twitter or Facebook, or sends messages out. Like I had to bust my ass to get on that show, just like I busted my ass at Lucha Brutal to get on that show. Um, so to be champion there again, it's all I can wrap it in a bow. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like a lot of people, some people don't like intergender wrestling. I for one love it if it's done right. If it's
Mm-hmm.
not like, oh, there's this woman fighting this man and she's supposed to be weaker and how
Yeah.
is she supposed to beat him? But like Lucha Underground when it was around
Mm-hmm.
did it really really well, and you didn't see like a man and a woman, you saw an athlete versus an athlete, a wrestler versus wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So they did it pretty well. So when it's done like really well, I love intergender wrestling, and I'm happy to see that there's more of it, and there's
Yeah.
actually a championship too, so that's pretty
Exactly.
cool.
Exactly. I just had a conversation with a young yeah, like I'm any kind of vet in this business, but like this kid's definitely younger in the business. And he actually worked a match last night with it was intergender because I believe her opponent dropped out or she got sick or something, and so she'd have a match. So the promoter put her with one of the younger guys, and after the match, he's like, I just don't like intergender wrestling, blah blah blah. And I was like, well, let's sit down, let's talk about this. Like, why didn't you like it? And he just, from what I gathered, it's not because he had this bad take on women's wrestling or like intergender wrestling. He just didn't have the creative tools, so to speak, you know, to make this thing work. So I had two options, either to be like, okay, this guy is a jerk and not going to get it, and I can walk away right now, or I can talk to him about it and just give him some advice on how to make it work, you know? And I hope I did that. But yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. There's so many different things that you can do in an intergender match to make it as equal as possible and make it as entertaining as possible. It's just you have to flex that creative muscle in you. And it's a shame that a lot of people, I still feel like, don't think that they have that creative muscle in them, and they just don't want to do it. And it's a shame, because they're a lot of fun. They're great, and the crowd gets into it every time.
I guess I could see where if you're a guy and you've wrestled or trained with just guys, I could
Hmm.
see how that's kind of it would be maybe uncomfortable to
Hmm.
wrestle a woman, but I know like a lot of the women train with men. So like their trainers are guys. So they're
Hmm.
probably used to it in that aspect. But yeah, I could see if somebody hasn't, or if like a woman's been training with just a woman and they've never really wrestled a man before, I could kind of
Yeah,
see where it's uncomfortable. But I mean, if like you've had experience in it, and you can tell, like you just said, tell the other guy, hey, like I've had experience in it. Let me try to teach you something, because it's all about learning anyway. You're just learning
exactly,
something new in wrestling. So, what's one
exactly.
more thing to learn?
Exactly. And I'm not a woman, right? I don't identify as a woman, and I'm not gonna even begin to try to talk on their experiences in the business, but I know it's different. But like whenever I know when Alicia Vert Vixen I was shoot name. Vert Vixen first started training, I didn't take it easy on her, and I couldn't. I treated her just like I treated every other jabroni that came in and wanted to learn how to wrestle, because we do people a disservice, I feel like, if we treat them any kind of different, regardless of race, gender, disability. They they want to come into this business. They want to learn and actually be good at what they do. They have to mix it up with everybody. That's everybody. That's not one thing. And it's a shame that some people don't have that experience. But that's the beautiful thing about this business is you can go out and get that experience anytime. So I feel like more people need to do it. It makes you a better worker.
Right? It's good that you did that too, like a even playing field for everybody, because women are supposed to be, equal to men, and in
Hmm.
the wrestling business especially, and it's getting there, but it's not quite there yet. Like people are still old school, and they're like, oh, it's a women's match, piss break and stuff like that, and it's like, come
Yeah.
on, man. Some women's
Yeah.
matches are better than men's matches, and like the men's matches are turning into like pee breaks and stuff. So
Exactly. Well, that's
it's like,
I put them over. I'll put Vert Vixen, Maddie Rinkowski, Jasmine Allure, Rachel Rose, like these girls here in Texas in town, Roxy. They're going out there and having these badass matches. High on, obviously, and they're just as good as anybody else on the card. It's not a pee break anymore. people are paying money to actually see these matches. It's not a special attraction match either. They're on the card. They're here because they're good, not because of anything else. And honestly, and I might catch heat, at least from here where I'm from here in Texas, for saying this, but guys should get good now. Like get good, because they're gonna start stealing our spots, and for good reason, because they're damn good. We should get better. We should all get better then. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it.
It's a damn good opinion too. Like, yeah, it's a good one to have because yeah, they need to step it up because like the
Exactly.
women are coming. Like
Yeah.
you said, that's 1,000% correct.
Mhm.
I had seen what got me into like the whole independent wrestling scene was 2 years ago. I went to Row on the Rise,
Mhm.
and that was an all women show, and they just blew the roof off. And that's when I didn't get to see for the first time, like Insidious and Roxy and
Mhm.
Rachel. And Heather Monroe was there that night and
Right.
AQA. And I've followed from that night, almost 3 years later. I go to, drive 4 hours to these shows to watch them and support them
Mhm.
still.
Man, what like just in those few names that you just said, like the talent in all that, and
Yeah.
there's not a single name that you didn't just say where I can think of a bad match. Like I know I'm gonna get a good match out of all those people, and yeah, they're coming for our spots. All I can say is step up, get to the gym, get to a ring, get better, because they pretty soon they're gonna be running the world.
Yeah, and then I left some out. Like Hyon was there, Mercedes Martinez was there,
Hmm.
Kylie Ray was there. Like
Hmm.
the who's who list of people, and
Stacked,
they're just killing it right now. It's
right,
awesome to watch.
dude? Yeah, amazing, amazing.
So, you've been around, this year in 2021. You've been to, of course, we talked about Elevate Pro.
Hmm.
You've wrestled in New Texas Pro, and you've
Hmm.
also wrestled in Chaotic Kingdom Wrestling,
Arkansas.
this year. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what's the highlight of your 2021 so far?
Oh, the highlight. I don't want to bury anybody.
Just say all of it.
Yeah, but that's a cop out. Like it really is all of it. I would feel like the highlight of 2021 is the collectiveness of everybody just giving me a ball and a platform, and running with it or showcasing me, and that goes for everybody here in Texas. And in fact, like I know for a fact, and this is gonna sound really pretentious, but like I know for a fact there's some promotions that don't book me right now because they don't want to just throw me in a match. You know, they have it sucks, but they have such a high opinion of me that they don't, they want something for me, and it's just not in the cards for what they're trying to do right now. So, regardless of if I'm booked on a card or if I'm a champion somewhere, I just know that I'm somewhat respected in Texas, at least. I have plenty of people hit me up. Hey, can you watch my match? Can whatever. Plenty of people be like, hey, can you like help me out with something over here and give advice or whatever. I would say that that's kind of a highlight too, like I've just been me. Um, I've never held back any of my opinions on Texas wrestling or like what people are doing. I've always said it to people's faces. And honestly, regardless if there's 10 people in the crowd or, over 300 people, I don't care. I'm gonna do me, and I feel like that's pretty known now. And I get the respect for it. So that's definitely a big highlight, and that's worth more weight in gold. You know what I mean? Like honestly, I don't care. Like I'm just me, and I've learned how to be me. So.
That's pretty cool. People come to you for that's a high level of respect to achieve there, where people come to you and ask for advice. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I hope they're not like, taking the piss and just, whatever. But, it's awesome. Like up and down the card, I have people that, I go to and talk to. And, you know, I feel like if anybody ever had a bad thing to say about me, they say it to my face. And no one's done that just yet. I have my little birds everywhere.
So earlier in the show, you mentioned people that want to smoke, and it reminded me of a one Montez Ford who comes to the ring with cups,
Yeah.
and nobody knows what's in that cup. So you had a match in New Texas Pro against Johnny Badgate,
Yeah.
and you showed up with a cup. Can you say what was in the cup? Or are you gonna keep it protected like Montez Ford does?
All I'm gonna say is that I was in H time. All right, I'm in H time, and I'm double cupped up, and I was just leaning a little bit to the left. That's all I'm gonna say. What was in the cup? It might have been my favorite color, purple. So that's just all was in the cup. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I don't know if you could see. Well, you're on like audio, but if you're on video too, I actually have a purple shirt on. So
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I
I
have a purple hoodie on, so it's my
yeah,
favorite.
I did that on purpose just for
Mhm.
you. I got the
Thank you so
purple
much.
on.
Thank you so much.
So, and by the way, I had watched that match on YouTube, and you did like a twisted cutter. That was pretty sweet. Like you were on your stomach and you rolled over to your back and you did a cutter. I was like, wow, that's pretty innovative. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember because I don't really remember that match all too much, to be honest with you. Sorry, Johnny. It's just it was just one of those matches. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and hopefully be back in New Texas sometime in 2023.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I went to a New Texas Pro Show earlier this year, and I had a lot of fun. Their shows are pretty good. Like
They're
their
good,
the
yeah,
matches they put on, so that's pretty
yeah.
awesome.
Hope they keep doing what they're doing, man. It's good for
Yeah.
Texas.
So my last question before I turn it over to Rob, I had mentioned Chaotic Kingdom Wrestling in Arkansas,
Mhm.
a CKW match that you had this past August. And while I was watching it, I kind of chuckled because you were talking to, kind of crap talking, shit talking to somebody in the audience, and she was like, "I ain't your mama," and you said you will be. So like, how fun is it to like talk to fans and be that witty and like talk crap to them? Like, how fun is it to just to do
Well, it honestly depends on my headspace. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes it's hard for me to come out the shell, so to speak. Sometimes to interact with the fans, because it's terrifying for me. I'm not gonna lie, but um, in this case, it was an 82-year-old woman. Like she was old, and
that?
yeah, and apparently she goes to all these shows in and around Arkansas, and I was working this kid and just beating him up, poor bastard. And she had something to say about it, and I said, "Chill out, mama," or something like that. And she said, "I ain't your grandmama." I said, "Give me 5 minutes, you will be." You know what I mean? And it seemed to pop everybody. So I'm all about the pop. So if it pops people, it's whatever. One of my favorite things to do when I'm in like a southern crowd, for lack of a better term, they'll call me Princess Adam. And my go-to every time is just, hey, it's 2021. I could be a princess if I want to. All right,
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah, I did. While I was watching that match, they were chanting Princess Adam. I was like,
yeah,
hey, it is what it is.
right, yeah, yeah. Whatever takes the people on the ride and whatever they can identify with, and they're having a good time. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I like that fan interaction when they talk crap too and you talk crap, and it's
Mhm.
like wrestlers are pretty quick-witted, and
Yeah,
it's pretty funny to watch too. So like
yeah,
that had me laughing. I was like, that's pretty funny.
for sure.
So before I turn it over to Rob, just want to say thank you for coming on the show, and good luck on your match on the 20th. I know you'll probably kill it and smash it and everything else, and I'll turn it over to Rob.
Cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, sweet. Thanks, Kathy. So what's going on, man? How's everything going there in Texas today, man?
Was good, Rob. Really good, man. Just chilling out, hanging out.
That's cool. Do anything crazy today, man? Is today chill day? Just normal thing. Watching some
Yeah,
foosball and all that.
yeah. I actually caught the Cowboys game and they destroyed the Falcons.
Woo.
So yeah, it was pretty bad. I was like, where was this team last week? You know what I mean? So
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
seen the score on that, man. I didn't watch the football today. My Dolphins played Thursday and they won. I mean, oh my God, I don't know how that happened, but
Right.
hey,
I
praise
was about to
Jesus.
say.
So hey, there you go. So I'm good. I've been
Everybody gets
hanging out all
one.
day.
Everybody
Yeah,
gets
yeah, yeah. There
one.
you go.
So there you go.
Yeah, I did see the Lions tied today, so I was like, that's cool, man. My brother's a Lions fan, you know what I mean? So I
Right.
always feel for them, man.
Hmm.
I got cheerful for him, man.
For sure.
That's right. So man, yeah, like you're Kathy when Kathy was asking you about, what was in the cup and all that stuff, man. I was like, oh man, I started laughing because whenever that's and people talk about that, I always get this Two Chains verse in my head. He's
Yeah.
like, my cup's filled with pink. I support the cure for breast cancer. And I'm like, yes. Oh man. I thought you were gonna sing that and I was just gonna be like, oh man, here I go with the Two Chains.
Well, you already know, man. You already know.
That's
That's
right.
dope.
That's right. Now, I did have that prescribed to me. It was like 10 years ago. I had a real bad flu and stuff. And I remember I had it prescribed, whatever that stuff is. I can't remember what it was. And I took the direction of it. It was like a tablespoon,
Yeah.
whatever. I took it. And I remember like 20 minutes later, I laid on my couch and was like, if
I'm
somebody
good.
literally broke into my house right now, I'd be like, you got me. You take the TV and just leave me on this couch. I'm good. I'm good. I couldn't even do it. I was like, Doc, man, I can't even take this. You know what I
Man.
mean? Why'd you give this to me, man? Give me
It's the
NyQuil. Like,
yeah,
oh,
it was my first time wrestling in Houston, so immediately for me, I had to make it a big deal and a spectacle for me. So like that's why I
mm,
came out with the purple bandana. I had my Lokes
that's right.
on. Um I originally wanted to come out to Fat Pat, and I was double cupped up. I had a Houston long tee on. Like it's I just wanted it meant a lot to me. So like I wanted my like Prince to show that when he came out. And yeah, you guys aren't the first people that have like talked to me about it either. It seemed that it resonated with a lot of people.
That's right. That's right. So, man, last time we talked, man, I remember we were chatting about Kong and Godzilla, and I don't think it came out yet. But when it came out, man, how'd you feel about that movie when it
Oh, I
came out?
loved it. Oh, I loved it, bro. I loved it. And like the pro wrestler in me was like, all right, Godzilla won, but King Kong got the win back by killing Mecha Godzilla. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, but I think you should have seen it by now. But yeah, I loved it, man. I loved every second of it.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. Yeah, Godzilla won and all, but I liked how they had Kong, have Thor's Stormbreaker. He was wielding that and stuff. I was
That's
like, really? They gonna
right.
get Stormbreaker to Kong? All right.
It's all spectacle, bro. I'll tell you. But
Oh
now I'm
no,
all
man.
about. There's so many good movies coming out, man, that I can't wait.
Yeah, I've been I watched the Shang-Chi movie. I don't know if you're into the Marvel movies,
Oh yeah.
Shang-Chi or whatever.
Hmm.
Oh man, that movie was awesome, man. I'm like, yeah, it was like kind of like Black Panther and Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't really know much
Right.
about him, but when I watched that movie, I'm like, yeah, this is my guy right here, you know.
Right. Well, I love the man. They did such a good job with the kung fu in there, man. Like they really paid homage to like all the classic kung fu movies. So like I thought that was pretty dope.
Oh yeah, and then they had those dragon fights too and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, here we go, man. I was like, I should have watched this in theaters, man. Why did I wait till it came on Disney Plus? I
Well,
was like, ah,
that's where me and Vert watched it, man. We like to go out on movie dates every so often, so that's where we watched it at.
yeah, because I was gonna see I watched that because my buddy's birthday was on Friday. By the way,
Mm.
happy belated birthday.
Thank you very
Uh,
much.
yeah, his birthday was Friday. He wanted to see Eternals, but man, we were doing the show and it got done by the time we got out and stuff. Man, we couldn't see the Eternals and stuff, so we might schedule that for another time, man. Because I definitely want to see that in the movie theaters, man,
Right.
or at least see it in IMAX or something.
Something, man.
Oh yeah. So speaking of that, are there any new movies and TV shows you're watching, man? Because I'm always stuck on the same stuff. But to be fair, I have been watching The Sopranos. I've tried to get into it. I've been watching the past 2 days. It's been going okay.
We actually just finished The Sopranos
Ooh,
a
okay.
few weeks back. Yeah, man. We obviously we watched Squid Game. We were all about
Mm.
Squid Game when it came out. Right now, what we're watching. Um, so I'm a big Dexter guy, So the
Ooh,
new
yes.
season, yeah, new season just dropped. I think the new episode's today. Actually, I'm gonna watch it hopefully tonight. Um, oh, maybe I could watch tonight. But the reason I'm saying is because uh, Vixen actually has never seen Dexter, right? So now we got her working through the season. I told her watch season 1 through 4, and then the last
Yeah.
season. That's all you need to watch, And then I can fill you in the blanks or whatever it is. But
Oh
definitely,
yeah.
we're watching Dexter right now, going back through it.
That's right. Yeah, that's season 4 with John Lithgow, where he's the Trinity Killer. Oh
Oh
my
man,
man, that season, that was like the best one. It was just like chef's kiss. It's like, oh
right? It gets good
yes,
heat, man. Definitely good heat.
oh yeah. And then the way they ended that season, I was just like, wow, just yeah. Oh
Right,
man, I don't know how
right.
they couldn't top it. They couldn't top it.
Right, and that's me. I'm trying to keep it kayfabe from Vixen, man. So she's asking questions like, "Is this person gonna? This person gonna?" I'm like, "Oh, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it."
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I don't have Showtime, man. My mom does. So yeah, whenever she's around or whatever, I'm like, hey mom, can I stop on over? And I need to borrow your TV for an hour or two, so I can go catch up the TV and watch on there. She'll probably do the same thing, be like, who's that? What's he doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just watching, just like you.
Right.
So, man, speaking of that, are you all ready for the holidays, man? You got Thanksgiving coming up, man. You got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, all that good stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, right now we're trying to get our nutrition right. You know what I mean? We're doing a damn good job, and she was a little worried. Vixen was worried about it. But I'm like, it's one day out, like maybe 2 days out the year. Let's just go all out, So we're being prepared for it as much as we can, and obviously we have trips planned accordingly, because her family's on the East Coast, and then my family's obviously in Texas, So we want to try to make the stops everywhere we can. So busy, 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 busy. It's a good problem to have.
That's right. That's right. Hey, man, if y'all ever make it to the East Coast, man, I'm over here in Delaware, 1CW, CCW, man. If y'all, yeah, y'all ever have a match or something, man, hey, I could probably ref a match for y'all. But I don't know what Remy says, man. I can't do the Nick Patrick thing there, man, because I'll probably get fired.
Hey man, let me know. I'll try to make a trip out there for sure.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, man. CCW, man. They got the, it's our sister promotion, man. They're kicking butt out there. They got like the Renegade Twins and the champs, and they got the tournament they got going on over there, man. Yeah,
Awesome,
they're tearing it up over here.
awesome, man. It's good to hear.
Oh yeah, yeah. So speaking of that, man, your next show is next week and stuff. So after that, for Lucha Brutal and stuff, and after that, are you booked up for the rest of the year, or you have like a couple dates open?
Yeah. So obviously this week we're really gonna try to hit the promotion, like the last stretch of Lucha Brutal. Going forward, hoping to draw a big crowd. We have a ton of positive feedback from the last show, and we're hoping to continue that momentum going, which I have no doubts in my mind that we will. Obviously, it's such a great show. It's at such a cool place, Lola's Trailer Park, here in the Fort Worth area. It's such a cool ass venue, cool like party place. So we're very excited about that this week and just pushing it. And then as far as after that, I have a few sporadic like one-off appearances here in Texas in December, but the main one, I'm just gonna drop it here. Uh, Inspire Pro, recently renamed to Inspire AD, and they're available on High Spots, of course. So if you guys have a High Spots account, just look up Inspire Pro and look up all their back catalog. Everybody from, I mean, Ricky Starks, and dare I say Sammy Guevara was like their home promotion where they cut their teeth at. A lot of other people too. Keith Lee, MJF wrestled. They're like a lot of people. The who's who of wrestling have gone through that promotion, and it's been 2 years since they had a show due to the pandemic. But man, they're coming back. I want to say December 12th is that show. I'm not gonna say if I'm a part of it just yet, but that's gonna be the big show that we're all gonna start promoting after Lucha Brutal, obviously. But I just want to plug that show for sure.
That's right. That's right. So you're not going to Canada anymore this year or anything, or any more plans for that next year?
Nah,
Maybe
baby, I'm
heading
still
overseas.
chilling in Texas, till next year. The next year, hopefully, the Canada borders open. I can start going back there more, and then I'm knock on wood. I got some stuff planned for overseas. I'm just waiting on some info to get back to me.
Oh yeah, that's definitely awesome, man. Good to get to go overseas, man. Check out some wrestling over there. Just oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah, ready for it, man. Ready. Just
that's
waiting by the
right.
phone.
So I do gotta ask, man. Have you been playing any new games lately, man? I actually I have Xbox, man, on Game Pass. I got Forza 5. I've been playing that, in case the new or whatever.
Dope,
But
man.
uh,
I used to play
yeah, I
Forza
don't
a
know.
lot when
I
I
don't
was a
know.
kid.
Yeah. So have you anything new you've been playing lately?
Man, I don't know if this is lame to say, but I hate to kill my gimmick too, but I've been playing Breath of the Wild. I that's all I
Okay.
it's all I've been playing is I I have the Switch. I take it on the road trips,
Mhm.
on flights, here, honestly, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be playing that right now. So I've devoted all my like game time to Legend of Zelda. So
Hey man, I've heard that game is awesome too, man. I don't have a Switch, but yeah, if
right.
I had one, I'd probably be doing the same thing as you. I take it
Yeah.
everywhere, If I wasn't here, I'd just be like, yeah, sit on the couch, I'll be playing Zelda or something, Mario
Right.
Kart,
There's so much you can
something. I'll
do
be
in that
yeah,
game, man. It's so
yeah,
big
man. I'll be
and
playing,
so expensive.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I'll be playing Smash Brothers, something. I like Smash
Yeah,
Brothers, man. That game's awesome.
for sure. I mean, honestly, me and Vert, we're looking for the PlayStation 5. We just can't pick up one, anywhere.
Mm,
They're out of stock, so we're waiting on
mhm.
getting the PlayStation 5 and then waiting on that God of War 2 to come out and drop. Then I'll be
Yeah,
playing
I've
that.
actually been trying to get like either or Xbox or a PlayStation 5, but
Mm.
yeah, it seems like yeah they always get sold out like right when I go try and look at them. Then scalpers are like selling it for 800-900 bucks. I'm like, I'll wait. I'm good with my Xbox right now. Like yeah, I
Yeah,
can wait.
right, right.
It's like man, I'll hold off, man. Yeah, yeah, I'll wait. Plus I got PC too. I can game on. So
Hmm.
here we go.
Yeah.
And now, before I pass it on back to Remy, man, I want to ask, man, since the last time we were here, man, do you have any, funny, road stories that have happened to you, since then, like maybe somebody forgot their gear, it's like, man, can I borrow a shirt or something I got to wear out there, something like that. It's like, and they're like, like a Frankenstein wrestler out there or something.
Dang, man. I don't.
I mean, you can change the name, protect the
Uh,
innocent if you need to.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to think if I should tell it or not, because it could catch me some heat. Honestly, um, I'll just. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say. I can't say
Fair
it.
enough, fair enough.
It's
That's
just
cool,
one of
that's
those
cool.
stories where it's just like that really happened, and it's like, yeah, that really happened. But I'll tell you. I think I may have told it last time if I didn't, but um, I was wrestling in. I believe it was it last year or maybe it was like early this year. I forget. Maybe it was early this year, but I was wrestling in um, Minneapolis, and I got blackout drunk, like
Mm.
so blackout. Like I woke up on the bed of me and Vert's hotel, but apparently we were on the floor of the bathroom, passed out before that. So I don't know how I made it to the bathroom floor, but somehow made it to the bed, And then we had to catch a flight in like the next 2 hours. It
Mm.
was rough, but I will tell you that a number of workers that appear on NXT and AEW have a video of me blackout drunk, um, like doing like somebody played Prince, and I'm behind the curtain and I'm opening up the curtain and I'm doing like a full Prince performance,
That's right.
and I'm doing like I'm dancing like Prince and doing that whole thing. I'm not gonna say who has that video, but a number of people have like video because they were recording it, and I was obviously just hammered drunk. So that happened. But yeah, that's if you want some cool, funny road stories. Unfortunately, I'm not the guy because my funny road stories kind of go into the hangover type of territory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the PG one I can tell.
That's cool. Fair enough. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. That's pretty cool, man. Hey, I'm a big fan of Prince too. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
always wanted a little red Corvette. You know what I mean? Stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I go outside and hear doves cry. So
I feel that, brother. I feel
that's right.
that.
So, man, before I pass it on back to Remy, I want to say, thank you for taking time out of your day, coming on chat with us. It was a blast to have you on again, man. Hopefully, we have you on again another time for part three and stuff. And I wish you and your family, nothing but the best. And I wish you get to collect the gold all around the United States, man. Just kicking butt.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Prince Adam, Prince Adam, I just gotta say thank you very much for being back on our show again. We know you're a busy man and you got a lot of things going on. With planning the next step of your wrestling career and so on. But really appreciate you taking this time out just to shoot the breeze with us once again regarding your wrestling career and giving us an update and so on. Before we shut down the show, and I guess all the best with your defense coming up this Saturday, November 20th at Lola's. You said Lola's Trailer Park. That's the name of it, right?
Yes, sir. That's the name.
Yeah. All the best with your defense at Lucha Brutals. Make it no, make it double at Lola's Trailer Park. If y'all are in Texas, if y'all listening to this and y'all are in Texas, make sure you check out that event. That's one you definitely want to look at. You definitely want to look at a lot of great stars on there, and you will not be bored. Trust me. You could take my word for it. You could also take Kathy's word for it because both of us have actually been to Texas wrestling shows before, and we can tell you that you will not be disappointed. So definitely check it out if you get a chance, or if you can't check it out, check it out on Title Match Network. You will not be bored. I guarantee that. But with that being said, Prince Adam, where can fans find you on social media when they want to find out when your next appearance is? Where can bookers and promoters find you? And also, where can fans find you when they want to purchase Prince Adam merchandise? And where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
Of course. You can always find me on Instagram at Prince Adam Official, all one word, lowercase. I have Twitter, Chicano Kaiju at Chicano Kaiju, um, which I'm not gonna even attempt to spell right now because I'm kind of buzzing. But um, Facebook, you can hit me up on Facebook as well, and that's under my real name, Adam Caudillo, Caudillo. I have no problem accepting cool, chill people. I have no problem responding to messages, fan messages at all, as long as you're cool and respectful. Then that's dope. And then bookers can. Oh, you can also find my merch on Pro Wrestling Tees. I think I have 2 shirts up right now on Pro Wrestling Tees. Just Prince Adam. I'm gonna start putting more stuff on there pretty soon. And bookers and promoters, you can always hit me up through Instagram DMs, through Facebook. That's the easiest way. I always check it. Sometimes through my email. You can find my email through Facebook if you really want to be that guy. But just hit me up. We can talk shop and, hopefully get some business done for sure. But thank you guys so much for this.
Yeah, no problem, Prince. We definitely hope to have once we actually interview the rest of Team Super Academia, maybe we can have all 5 of y'all back on here as well. Or maybe
Oh,
we can
yeah.
have maybe we can also have you and Vert on here because Valentine's Day is about to come up and I'm not gonna call names, but a certain young lady that I recently met up in here in New York, actually recommend that her and her boyfriend can be on. So I'm like, okay, maybe I make that a month of couples. And then I was like, wait a minute, I know there's another one. There's another couple, Prince Adam and Vert Vixen. So hey,
Yeah.
why not just have a bit of a couples theme for February? So yeah, um,
That sounds fun.
might be onto something there. But
Yeah.
yeah, so for those of y'all listening, the man gave you his social media, bookers, promoters. Give the man a shot. He is internationally known because he's been to Canada, and I mean that with zero sarcasm. That definitely counts. So definitely give him a shot. Fans, if you cannot make your shows, you know what I say: support indie wrestling. That's where 95% of your AEW and WB superstars come from. So if you can't make your shows, grab some Prince Adam merchandise. It looks really cool. Trust me, I'm not lying to you. And if you can't support, and if you don't support indie wrestling, but you know what's gonna happen, good old Rob over there, as skinny as he is, he's gonna come and eat all your food and leave a skip rope in your pocket for each meal. That means you gotta skip that meal, so you don't want that. So definitely support indie wrestling. Or I'll just have Kathy come visiting. That's even worse than Rob eating your food. That's yeah. So um yeah. With that being said, we just want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. It's about time for us to shut down the show. So Kathy Knight, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, and and all that good stuff? And yeah, where you at on social media?
So I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord, all at BLUE70517.
I almost asked you where can bookers and promoters find you, and then I was like, wait, she doesn't wrestle or referee. Who knows? Maybe one. Wishful thinking. Maybe it'll happen one day. However, Rob Bass, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk about wrestling, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows or your refereeing services?
You can find me at Rob_Base82 at Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, and then Facebook and YouTube, Rob Base.
Awesome. That's cool. And if you want to find me on social media, not that I have anything interesting to say, but who knows, maybe you get lucky. You'll find me on Twitter under at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Facebook under Remy Blue. It's a picture of me at WrestleMania 28. And however, our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram under at Ringside Society. We are also on Twitch under at Ringside Society 2019, and we are also on Spotify, Blog Talk Radio, and where else? Where else? Where else? We're also on YouTube. We're also on Facebook. Yes, we have a Facebook group. Just type in Ringside Society, and you'll see us there. And we're also on YouTube. Yes, YouTube is actually one of our platforms that we actually stream episodes like this one on. So definitely go to YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and when you see that sweet OMG dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames around it, you'll know that's us. Hit that subscribe button. Don't personalize. Subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool interviews coming up. And check out our past interviews, like the one we had, like the ones we had with Jasmine Allure, Antonio San Francisco, aka ASF, Kylan King, Blonde Force Trauma, which is a team of Heather Monroe and Ray Lynn, and many more great guests. Trust me, you will not be bored. But with that being said, we just want to, it's about time for us to shut down the show. And we just want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight live. Thank you very much in advance. I mean, thank you very much. We really and truly do appreciate it. To those of y'all that are going to listen to us later on, thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly, we would just shut down shop, take our merch with us, and just go away. Well, like myself at a Golden Corral, and Rob Bass at a taco festival, and Kathy at Cafe Dumont, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
We ain't stopping. So with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we here at Ringside Society are very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hey, yo, Rob Bass, Kathy Knight, the Wyclef Jean, and the Lauren Hill to my pros Michelle. Hashtag Fuji's reference. One time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time first team Super Academia member, the Prince of Texas, Lil Evil. He is the current Lucha Brutal come and take it champion, Prince Adam.
Woo!
What type of podcast are we?
All right. 3, 2, 1. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And we'll actually be back in less than an hour with another segment of 15 Minutes of Fandom. Kathy, you're going to love this. Our special guest is actually none other than Jordan Johnson, from the World League podcast. So we will be back in less than an hour. But until then, we're still going through a pandemic. So stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.
Bye.